Hi there and welcome to Mr. Arnold's Maths. This video we're going to look at AQA's Unit 2 exam, foundation level for November 2011. So let's get started. Right, question 1. We're given 4 number cards and we're asked to write the number 5,247 in words. So 5,247. Nice straightforward mark to get cracking. 1b, we're asked to write 5,247 to the nearest hundred. So I want to go to the hundreds. I look at the digit next to it. 4 rounds off, so we end up with 5,200. Next, part 1c, we're asked to write down the largest number we can make using all 4 cards. So basically what I want to do is write all these digits from highest to lowest. That's the highest, followed by 5, followed by 4, and followed by 2. That's the biggest number we can make using all those cards. Next one, we're asked for the smallest even number that you can make using all 4 cards. So my digit has to end in one of these and these, 2 or the 4, and it also needs to be the smallest number. Well, the smallest number out of the whole lot is actually 2. So that must go at the front. We're going to have 2,000. It must end in 4 then, because that's the only other even number. And then the smallest of these two, the 5 and the 7, has to go in front. 5 and 7. And that is the smallest even number we can make. 2a, we're asked to complete this table. It's always good value for money to just learn these, learn off the basic fractions, what 1/4 is as a decimal, what it is as a percentage, what a half is, what a eighth is, what a third is. It's just good habit to just know what they all are. Right, so 3/4 written as a decimal is 0.75. 9/10 written as a percentage is 90%. And 0.3 and 30% written as a fraction is 3/10. If you're not sure how to do any of these, you can always check out my video on converting from fractions to decimals, percentages, and back and all that. Right, we're asked to write these now in order, beginning with size. So looking through, we've got 3/4, 0.9, and 30%. So 30% is the smallest, followed by 3/4, and finally 0.9. So you can use your table to help you fill out this question. Question 3. So Emma wants to buy 2 magazines at £1.70 each and 3 birthday cards at £2.25 each, and she only has a £10 note. So we want to know, is it enough? And it's important that you answer this question. You must answer this question to get full marks here. Right, so she's getting 2 magazines at £1.70 each. So £1.70 multiplied by 2 gives us a grand total of £3.40. So she spent £3.40 on magazines. We're going to do £2.25 multiplied by 3 to work out how much she spent on birthday cards. 3 5s are 15. Carry 1. 6 and 1 is 7. Decimal point, and then 3 times 2 is 6. So she spent £6.75 on birthday cards. Well, how much did she spend altogether? Let's check it out. So we got £3.40 plus £6.75. Adding these up, 5, 7 and 4 is 11. Put down the 1, carry 1. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 6 is 10. So the whole lot will come to £10.15. So you can say, no, she is 15p short. So she is 15p short of what she needs to pay for all of this. Question 4. Jack shares these coins with Lucy, and it says they both receive the same amount. That's really important information there. And we want to write down the coins that they could have. Right, so the important thing here is if they both have the same amount, it's important that we know how much they have altogether. So let's add these up. 50 and 20 is 70, and 20 is 90. 20 is £1.10, £1.20, £1.30, £1.40, £1.50. So the grand total of all the coins they have is £1.50. They both have the same amount. That means that they have 75p each. So all you got to do is choose some coins to make 75p. So Jack could have a 50p, a 20p, and a 5p. Right, let's just tick them off. 50p, 20p, 5p. And Lucy then should have 20 plus 20p. That's that. Another 20p. A 10p. Another 10p. Another 10p. And a 5p. And if you just want to check and make sure that you're right, just add them all up and make sure that they both add to 75. 20, 50 and 5 is 75, and 20, 40, 50, 60, 75. 75p. So we're good. Nice easy 4 marks. Right, we're asked to complete the number pyramid. Now number pyramids work basically by adding the two boxes below to get the box above. So 11 and 14 gives us 25. 25 and 24 gives us 49. And what would I add to 14 to make 24? It must be 10. Job done. Now we're asked to complete an algebra pyramid. So I'm going to start with this box here. A plus 3a is 4a. Now what would I add to 4a to get 12a? It must be 8a. And what would I add to 8a, sorry, to 3a to get 8a? It must be 5a. And again, you can check off your answer. Moving swiftly on. Question 6. We're given a proportion question, and we're told that these are the ingredients to make 6 flapjacks. So all of this is a recipe for 6. And we're asked to complete the table to show how the ingredients needed to make 24. So we need to know what is the relationship between 6 and 24. If I was cooking for 6, well, if I cook 3 times the amount, that will actually give me 24. 3 sixes are 24. I beg your pardon. 4 sixes are 24. 4 sixes are 24. So you're going to times it by 4 to get 24. So I'm going to have to increase all of these 4 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 75 times by 4. 0 carry 2 and 28, 29, 30. So we must have 300 grams of butter. We're going to do 60 times by 4, which is 0, 6 fours are 24, 240. We need to know how many oats, so that's 175 times by 4. 5 fours are 20, put down a 0, carry 2. 7 fours 28 and 2 is 30, put down a 0, carry 3. 4 times 1 is 4 and 3 is 7, so 700 grams. 700 grams, should I say. And, well, 1 tablespoon, which means we're going to need 4 times the amount, which will be 4 tablespoons. So, a fairly straightforward question there. Okay, so we're given 3 cards, A, B, and C, and it tells us we need to write a whole number on each card, a different whole number on each card, so that the numbers add up to 60. The number on card A is a multiple of 10, and the number on card B is 3 times the number on card C. And this takes a little bit of thinking. It's always good though to start with this clue here. The number on card A is a multiple of 10, so what could A be? It could be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It could be any of these numbers here. It can't be 60 or bigger, because if it was 60, that means both of these cards would be 0, and that means they're not different. And anything bigger than 60 obviously will add to more than 60. So that's no good. Right, and with a little bit of thought, if suppose we chose A to be 20, can I think now of two numbers that will add to 60, but that one of the numbers is 3 times the other? Well, suppose we chose C to be 10. If C was 10, that would mean B is 3 times the number on card C. That means B must be 30. 20 and 30 is 50, 50 and 10 is 60. And that's how we answer that question. It does take a little bit of thought and maybe some trial and error, but everyone should be able to have a reasonable crack at that question. Certainly make sure that all your numbers add up to 60 to get 1 mark, and even better, make sure that the card B and C, that B is 3 times the number on C, and that'll get you at least 2 marks. Okay, moving swiftly on. Question 8. We're told that there are 6 cakes in a box, and the box and the cakes together weigh 200 grams. It tells us that the box weighs 20 grams and that each cake weighs the same. So we need to know what 1 cake weighs. Well, I'm going to draw you a little diagram. And suppose we have 6 cakes. 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cakes in a box. And we know that the total weight of this box is 200 grams. But it also tells me that the box weighs 20 grams. That means that the 6 cakes, 3, 4, 5, 6, must weigh 180 grams. And we're asked to work out what 1 cake weighs. So, to work out 1 cake, if I know 6 cakes weigh 180 grams, I'm going to do 180 divided by 6 to find out what 1 cake weighs. Well, 6 into 18 goes 3 times, so 6 into 180 is 30. That means each cake weighs 30 grams. When you're given word questions like this, bit of advice, always try and draw a little picture. It can really help visualize how to solve the problem. Right, we're asked to complete a table of values for 2x plus y equals 10. And it's already filled in some of the values for us. This is going to be a straight line graph, by the way. Anything with x and y in it, like so, is always a straight line. So all we got to do is substitute the various values of x in to get the corresponding value of y. Well, if I substitute 1 in for x, we'd have 2 times 1 plus y should equal 10. That means y must be 8. Y would have to be 8. What about here when x is 3? We'd have 2 times 3 plus y equals 10. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, so 6 plus y would be equal to 10. That means y must be 4. And you can see the pattern here developing already. Y seems to be going down by 2 each time. I can guess that that's going to be 0, but let's just double check it. We'll have 2 times 5 plus y should be equal to 10. Well, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus y must be equal to 10. That means y must be equal to 0. And that's that. Okay, and now we're asked to draw the graph of this line for values from 0 to 5. So if you just come back here for a second, each of these is a coordinate pair. So each of these is a point on that graph. So we have the point 0, 10. We have the point 1, 8. We've got the point 2, 6. 3, 4. 4, 2. And 5, 0. So all of these are coordinates. So I'm just going to copy them over. And all we got to do is plot these coordinates on the grid. So we need 0, 10, which is up here. 1, 8, 1, 8, which is here. 2, 6, which is here. 3, 4, there, 4, 2, and 5, 0. And then you take your ruler, you draw a straight line connecting all those points, and job done. There's your 2 marks. All the work really is done in the grid. Okay, 2/3 of a number is 8, and we're asked to work out 4 times the number. Again, like I said before, it helps to draw a little diagram. So if you imagine we had a box which represented this number, and we're told that 2/3 of it, 2/3 of this number is 8, and we're asked to work out 4 times this number. So let me duplicate that now. So we're asked to work out what 4 times this number is. That's what we want to know. So a little picture can go a long way. If I know 2/3 is 8, that means one of these little blocks must be 4, which means the whole block must be 12. So each block is worth 12, and I have 4 blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I must have 4 lots of 12, which gives me 48. So essentially what you're doing is you're doing 8 divided by 2 to get 4. That tells you what 1/3 is. 1/3 gives us 8 divided by 2, which is 4. That means the whole number must be 12 equals 3 times 4, which is 12, and 4 times the number equals 4 times 12, which is 48. But as I said before, it's always good if you can draw a little picture to try and represent what's going on. It can really help you visualize how to solve the problem. Okay, so question 11, we're told W is an even number, and we're asked to tick the correct box for each statement below. A good thing to do with this question would actually just be do maybe 6 or 7 examples of what these could be, and then compare them to see what could be always true, what could be sometimes, and what's never. So I'm going to do maybe 6 examples. I'm going to do 4 times 2, so I'm going to start with the smallest even number. 4 times 2 is 8, 8 take away 3 is 5. 4 times 4, the next even number, take away 3. 4 4s are 16, 16 take away 3 is 13. 4 times 6, take away 3. 4 6s are 24, 24 take away 3 is 21. 4 times 8, take away 3. 8 4s are 32, 32 take away 3 is 29. 4 times 10, take away 3. 4 10s are 40, 40 take away 3 is 37. And 4 times 12, take away 3. 4 12s are 48, 48 take away 3 is 45. So, we've done plenty of examples there. Now let's see. Is 4W minus 3, is it always even? Odd there. It seems to be odd every single time, and in fact it will be odd every time. It's never true, because an even number times by an even number is always even, and an even number take away an odd number is always odd. So it's never true. 4W minus 3 is prime. Let's have a look. That's prime, so that's good. That's prime. 21 is not prime. 29 is. 37 is. 45 is not. So it's sometimes true. 4W minus 3, is it a multiple of 9? No, 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 no. Yes, that is a multiple of 9, so that means it's sometimes true. Okay, question 12, place value question. So we're told that 25.6 times by 32 is 819.2, and we're asked to compute or to work out what 81.92 divided by 32 is. Well, if I know this, that means that 819.2 divided by 32 will give me 25.6. All I've done is I've divided both sides by 32 like you would do if you're solving an equation. That means if I divide something which is 10 times smaller than 819.2, my answer will be 10 times smaller. So the answer is going to be 2.56. Essentially what's happened is the decimal place has moved one spot, the decimal place here has moved one spot in. So it's moved between the 9 and the 2, it's now between the 1 and the 9. So that means my answer is going to move one decimal place as well. So we can shift the decimal place in here between the 2 and the 5. And we're also asked to work out what 0.256 times 320 is going to be. Again, it's going to look something like this. It's just about finding the place value. Well, what's happened? The decimal place for this has shifted 2 places to the left. So the decimal place has shifted 2 places to the left. So it's gone 2 to the left with that number. But for this number, it's gone 1 place to the right. 1 place to the right. Which means that overall, it's gone 1 place to the left. So my answer is going to be 81.92. 81.92. Okay, moving swiftly on. Question 13. In May, a coat cost £64. In June, the May price is rounded to the nearest 10. It says in July, the June price is reduced by 20% and Ian has £50. Does he have enough money to buy the coat? Right, so let's start with what happened in May. In May, it's £64. So May, the jacket, is £64. What happened in June? It says in June, the May price is rounded to the nearest 10. So the May price was rounded to the nearest 10, which is going to be £60. So that's the June price. And then it says in July, the June price was reduced by 20%. So what's 20% of 60? So I need to work out 20% of 60, which is the same as working out 1/5 of 60. Lots of different ways of how to calculate this. So I'm going to do 60. I'm going to divide that by 5 to work out 1/5 of it. And you get 12. That means the July price was 1/5 off, or 20% off, of the June price, which is going to be 60 take away 12, which is 48. So 60 take away 12 is 48. As I said, lots of different ways of working out what 20% is. You can choose your own method. So the July price is 48. So yes, he does have enough money. Question 14. So we're given a number machine and it tells us that the output is twice the input. So whatever the output is, it's double what the input was. Now we're asked to work out what the input is. Some people can do this using trial and error. I'm going to show you how to do it using algebra. I know that the output is double whatever the input is. So I'm going to call the input x. That means the output must be 2x. It's double the input, or twice the input. So, and then I'm going to form an equation here. So I take x and I multiply it by 6, which is 6x. And then I take off 2, and the answer is 2x. So now what we need to do is solve for x. So I'm going to start by taking 2x off both sides. I don't like having x on both sides. So take off 2x from the left and the right hand side, and we get 6x take away 2x is 4x. So we get 4x minus 2 equals 0. Now I'm going to get that minus 2 and put it over the other side. So I'm adding 2 to both sides. Adding 2 to both sides. So we get, just coming down here, we get 4x equals 2. That means x must be equal to 2 divided by 4, which is a half. So x is a half, or 0.5, whatever you like. A half or 0.5. So what I've done here is I'm dividing by 4. 2 divided by 4 is a half. Question 15. Substitution. So find the value of this when x is 4 and y is minus 5. So just substituting in, we get 3 multiplied by whatever x is, which is 4, plus 2 multiplied by whatever y is, which is minus 5. 3 times 4 is 12, and 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. 12 take away 10 is 2, so the answer is 2. And we've got some number divided by 4 is 3. So we've got some number, it's been divided by 4, and I know that the answer is 3. So I'm asked for the whole thing. Well, if one block is 3, that means the whole lot must be 3 multiplied by 4, which is 12. So the whole number is 12. C over 4 equals 3. That means C equals 12. Solve here. 3-mark question. We get 1 mark for expanding the brackets. So let's start by expanding the brackets. 2 times 3w is 6w. 2 times minus 4 is minus 8. And that's still equal to 7. We haven't changed anything. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 8 to both sides. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So we get 6w equals 7 plus 8 is 15. And now what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 6 to work out what w is. 15 divided by 6, well, let's see, how many times does 6 fit into 15? It goes in 6, 12, so it goes in twice, with remainder 3, and 3 over 6 is a half. So it goes in 2.5 times. The answer is 2.5. 15d, we're asked to expand a times a squared plus 4. So, a times a squared is a cubed. A times 4 is plus 4a. Again, if you're not too sure how to do those questions, I've done a video previously on how to expand brackets and solving equations and all that sort of stuff. So do check it out if you're not sure. Question 16. Right, last year 12 students went to the theatre and the total cost was £240. This year 8 students are going. The cost of each ticket has increased by 15%. They have £200. Is this enough to buy the 8 tickets? We've got to show our working. I'm going to start with a little picture. So we've got 12 students. Let's do this. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 12 students and they went to the theatre. And the total cost was £240. It would be nice if we knew how much it cost for one student. So let's have a think about that. How would, if I know 12 students cost £240, how much did it cost for one student? Well, it's going to be 240. In fact, let's bring that up here. 240 divided by 12 will tell me the cost of one ticket. And 240 divided by 12 is £20. So I know one student, a ticket costs £20. Now it tells us that we got 8 students going and the cost of each ticket has increased by 15%. So the old price is £20. We need to work out what the new price is. So the new price is going to be equal to the £20 plus 15% because it's increased by 15%. So let's work out what 10% of £20 is. 10% must be equal to £2 That means 5% is equal to £1, which means 15% must equal the 10% and the 5%. So adding them up, £2 and £1 is £3. So the new price is got to be equal to 20 plus the £3, which is £23. And now we have to see, have they got enough money for 8 tickets? How much is 8 tickets going to cost? So we now know the new price of a ticket is costing £23. So we want to know what 8 £23 will, or 8 times 23 is going to come up to. So we're going to do 23 multiplied by 8. 8, 16, 24, put down the 4 and carry 2. 8, 16 and 2 is 18. So the total cost comes to £184. So yes, they have enough money. And as I said before, it always helps to draw a little picture. Little pictures can really help you visualize the maths. Okay, question 17. The ratio of Ali's scores to Beth's score is 5 to 3, and it tells us that Ali scored 10 more marks than Beth. Claire scored 7 more marks than Ali, and we're asked to work out each of their scores. Now this question can be really difficult to do without a little picture, so I'm going to draw a little picture. Suppose, let me just colour this in. Now obviously in the exam you don't have the benefit of infinite cloner and all that sort of stuff, but you can still draw a rough sketch of what it is you're supposed to, what it is you should be doing. Okay, so I'm going to just show you what this ratio means. Ali to Beth, so that's Ali. Ali got 5 parts, Beth got 3 parts, so Ali got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ali got 5 parts. Beth got 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. And it tells me, right, so let's just highlight this. That's Ali. That's Beth. It tells me that Ali got 10 more marks than Beth. So that must mean if Ali got 2 more parts than Beth, that means 2 parts must equal that 10 extra marks. So 2 parts is 10 marks. 1 part must be 5 marks. That means we should be able to work out all of their scores now. Right, Ali got 5 parts. So that means Ali got 5 lots of 5, which is 25 marks. Beth got 3 parts, which is 3 lots of 5, which is 15 marks. And Claire scored 7 more marks than Ali. So what's 7 more than 25? It's 32. And that is the question done. Now, without the little picture to represent what's going on, I find that problem quite tricky to do. So, like I've said before, it always helps if you draw a little picture to help visualize the maths. Anyway, that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful. If you've got any comments or questions, please feel free to do so. And I'll talk to you again sometime. Good luck with the study, and yeah, we'll see you again.